Well, good morning, guys. Some people might be against the empathy, but they don't against empathy for everything. They think empathy is a lot of fun when they watching a movie, and also empathy is a for a functional character. They think empathy is an important part of a sort of exciting activities. But they against empathy as a moral guide. And I agree to this argumentation. I think we could do better than this kind of argumentations. The sense of empathy is most interest is in when someone, in a sense, put someone's their selves, another person's souls, and feel what they want to feel. Even for the psychologists, call this as emotional empathy. A lot of people think this is a core to being a good person. Even for few years ago, the writer wrote a book called Agents Empathy as the case for rational comparisons, and he argued this form as an empathy thought it might be seem a wonderful things. It is actually a very poor moral guide, and there is no a values of it. What people do and what people feel empathy for, and who people do to get empathy. This is the questions. Okay, today I'm going to talk about why some people against the empathy. It is from the Paul Bloom. All right. Sometimes empathy become sometimes empathy become a negative impact for a person who always expect to get it this kind of feeling. They feel like do something it is because of they want to get empathy or sympathy with the other people, and this is in dangerous situation when people always do something because of the empathy reasons. They don't ever feel like they can do it something for themselves. For example, when people get a problem with something harmless in their life, they always engage a feeling like to tell the story, the factor, and then the fact story to the other people. And I think this is not true. When people give you empathy, it means that people also feeling like what you feel. So they will know whatever to your problems. And maybe they will mark you as the weakness person. So means that when you tell a story to a person, in the same time, you show yourself as a weak person. There is no stronger to yourself. And I think this is very dangerous thing when you decide to tell your problem, your daily problem, your feeling, your relations to the others. But not for all. Sometimes in the other cases, on the other part, empathy is really important. For example, when you feel lonely in your room without do anything, and you don't have someone to tell with in your problems, So the impact of this problem is you might be do something negative to yourself and you need someone to tell your story, and then you need someone to talk with in order you can feel flow in your life. You will never guilty for yourself. So the most important things is when you're feeling lonely, you have to tell your story to other persons. It doesn't mean that you want to get empathy yourself, but you just want to make yourself freedom from your problems. So there are a thousand even experts saying about empathy, the disadvantages of the empathy. So I think it's really beneficial when it comes to the empathy cases, because someone always engage their emotional, their relations, their expressions, even their life to get empathy and then to get sympathy from the other people. So what might be happen if we avoid the empathy itself? If we just have a stand with to ourselves, and we don't need even expect or wish to get empathy from the others. So I think the most thing that we have to do is we have to be strong and we have to be independent person, that we don't even uh, expect that we will get empathy from the others. In several nations, that even for many experts, they did a research or even they made a notes for many people that engage their relations with the empathy, even for the same sex, women and male and female. So when it comes to the friendship, our duty to empathy, to get an empathy to the others. And when we avoid, when people comes to us just to tell their story, and we avoid, even we abandon them, maybe they might be think that we are a guilty person because of it. So even all the cases, especially for the empathy itself, it's might be to um, breeds, two eyes of breeds. So when you bring this kind of feeling to the positive one, you can get the benefits from it. But when you avoid and when you even abandon this kind of things, you're gonna get a negative one. So this is as the questions why almost people think about the empathy itself. So the author suggested that as the human beings, we have to help each other. Is no matter how our classes, no matter how our um, mark in a people, because in several culture, help each other is duty and obligation as human beings. So we have to do that without any, without we wish that we will get a feedback from a person. So we get a empathy for a person, and when we have a heartless and we have a heart to do something, they will give us sort of feedback. The most important things that we have to do is when we intend to help people or person that has own problems, even for the internal problems, we have to help us without expect that we will get feedback from them. Okay, guys, thank you very much for your attentions. I'm so sorry because I speak to see the world. I don't want to engage myself because I don't want to get the empathy itself. And then I just want to talk with the wall in front of me, because actually I don't need the empathy. So thank you very much.